How does relevance relate to probative value? Imagine you're in a courtroom and a piece of evidence is presented. How do judges decide if that evidence should actually influence the case? That's where relevance and probative value come into play. Think of relevance as a gatekeeper that asks, does this evidence have any connection to the case? If it doesn't even get a chance to be considered further. But if it does, then probative value steps in. Probative value measures how much that evidence actually helps prove or disprove a fact that matters in the case. Relevance is like a first filter. It checks if the evidence is logically connected to an important fact. For example, if someone is accused of theft, evidence showing they were near the scene is relevant. But just being near the scene doesn't automatically mean they committed the theft. That's where probative value comes in. It asks, how convincing is this evidence in proving that they committed the theft? If it strongly suggests guilt, it has high probative value. If it only slightly hints at guilt, then its probative value is low. In court, judges first look at relevance. They ask, does this evidence tend to make a fact more or less likely? If the answer is yes, then they consider its probative value. But even relevant evidence isn't automatically admitted. The judge weighs its probative value against possible negatives. For example, if evidence might unfairly prejudice the jury or cause confusion, the judge might decide not to admit it, even if it's relevant. Sometimes, the relevance of evidence depends on other facts. This is called conditional relevance. For instance, a document might only be relevant if it can be proven authentic. If it's not authenticated, then its probative value drops to zero because it can't help prove anything. To sum up, relevance is about whether evidence has any connection to a fact that matters. Probative value is about how much that evidence actually helps prove or disprove that fact. Evidence must be relevant to have any real probative value. Judges carefully balance the strength of that evidence against any potential harm it might cause. This process keeps the courtroom focused on evidence that genuinely helps find the truth without being sidetracked by distractions or unfair prejudices.